Daniel, I don't know that we formally met.
Yeah, what's up, Macon? How you doing, man?
This is electric.
Really good, like 6 out of 10. How are you?
I'm like a 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
You lost money yesterday. What up, dude?
No, that and also I fucked up my neck. I don't know.
That's a good way to start.
Fucked
Yeah.
up my neck.
Okay, that's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Okay. Dan and Macon finally met.
Feel like it went really well.
That went good. But
I feel like I crushed my portion of it.
you
Macon
did,
was a
dude.
little weird, like doing when you ask someone how are you and he does like the 6 out of 10. That was just a formality. All you had to say was okay.
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
No, I
It's
really
good
do.
to have you on, Dan. It's good to have you on, Dan.
But it is. You can report that it's genuine.
No, it's genuine.
I'm not
He's
good
having
at the just.
no.
Yeah, great. How are you?
Yeah, we're
Good to
working on
meet
the
you."
social skills.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read an article about how to be less disagreeable, and it's not going so well.
We got a guy in our office named Frank the Tank, who people will probably know, legend. And his rule is that whenever you give him, he gives you half of that back. So if you say like, "Hey Frank, how you doing?" He just goes, "Okay," and doesn't ask back. Like he never gives you back the like, "How are you doing?"
Yeah.
And it's a great way to live life because he never has to get into like mindless conversations about things he doesn't want to talk about.
Exactly. And if he's going to ask how you're doing, there's a follow-up question that he expects. And then there's the, 6 out of 10. Why are you 6 out of 10? That
It's
whole
not
thing.
that I expected. I just give a thoughtful answer.
Okay.
Like I'm a 6 out of 10 today.
Let's get to Dan's answer, which was 4.5. Dan.
I'm 4.5 out of 10. It's a Monday. I didn't sleep well last night. My neck is fucked up. I jacked my neck up.
How'd you
I know
do
we're going to get
that?
to some parenting stuff with Chris.
How'd you do that?
So my son is at the age now, he's going to be 3 in June. And he's like, I don't know, 30 pounds, whatever. And I still carry him on my shoulders because he just loves, what kid wouldn't want to fucking ride on the shoulder? You know what I mean?
It's
Like
my favorite move. I cherish anytime my kid asks me to put him on my shoulders, I say yes.
Exactly like that. It's just he stands there, just goes shoulders, please. And I'm like, of course I'm gonna fucking throw you up on my shoulders. But this weekend, I had been with March Madness. I had been traveling a bunch, so this was the first weekend that I was home for like the entire weekend, and we were doing everything. Like we went into Manhattan, we took the train, we got a haircut, we did everything. And I think I'm just fucked because I carried him on my shoulders.
The entire weekend, dude.
Yeah, like 8 miles.
Yeah.
And so I woke up this morning, I can't move my neck. So I'm a 4.5 out of 10.
Have you guys ever put the kid right into the door frame?
Oh, yeah. The thing you got to watch out for is the metallic door hinge thing, the triangular thing that sticks out. That'll draw blood.
You look like a great dad when you bend over and like put your hand on the top of the head, and it's like, oh, that dad has good spatial
My least
awareness.
favorite fucking thing is when somebody's like, "Hey, watch the door." I'm like, dude, does it look like I haven't done this before?
Right. And
Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna be carrying my large son around on my shoulders as an adult, bro. Like Waylon's gonna be 6'5". I'm gonna be like, "Hey, hop up here."
I'm worried about that because I don't really know the end in sight, but I've done even one worse. I put my son into a stop sign like a month ago. That was bad. I didn't tell his mom about that one.
Even
That
he
one was
knows what
bad.
the fuck that means. That's like one of the first things you learn as a kid is what that red sign means. I mean, like he knew.
my daughter's 15 months old. At about 12 months, I put her into the top of a door frame, and she started screaming bloody murder. And my wife came downstairs and said, "What's wrong?" And I said, I don't know.
Yeah, just he fell. She fell. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But
so you just got to do the all right, do you need you just kiss the boo-boo and hope it's better? I have Christian like this. My son also, he has we shouldn't do a whole parent thing, but this is funny. Like he has the tiniest cut on his finger. And when kids like they get a boo-boo and they're just obsessed with it. Every 2 minutes, look at my boo-boo. And so I feel like I'm one of the team doctors on an NFL team. I'm like, do you need to see a doctor? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, then stop bringing it up.
Stop bringing it up. You're either hurt or you're injured. You're hurt or you're injured. That reminds me a lot. Yeah. Like constantly bringing the boo-boo up. Hey dad, I'm a 6 out of 10. Like that's the same kind of thing. My son's going through a phase right now. And this is the last I'll talk about it because he's 3. And once he's 4, he becomes off limits to talk about on the pod. I feel like there's a cutoff where you and your son are going to say like, hey, I can't use you for content anymore in any way. And you're really good about this. You keep things very private. And I've learned from you, honestly. Remember, you used to be like, dude, I don't like putting my kids in pictures. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And I kind of stopped posting my kid in pictures.
Yeah, it's the idea to me is it's nothing more than just like it's two parts. One, like my kid is someday, both of my kids are someday going to like figure out what the internet is. And the last thing I want is for their dad to just be like shitting on them constantly.
Yes.
So I try to, like, every time I mention them, I try to keep it very lighthearted. And two, it is nice to have something at home that is mine. Like, it's private. It's my own world. That I don't like. I share so much of my life that like when I go home and I have a weekend where it's like this is gonna sound sappy, my heart is full with my family. I want to have that, and I don't have to share it. I don't have to go around and be like, look, we did this and we did this and we went here and we didn't. No, it's mine.
That's one of the hardest things I think about doing what you do, in all honesty, because as your peer, as your buddy, and somebody in the industry who's like looking at what Dan and PFT have built. Like, the access point is not just great content in like a podcast. It's also, you have to be able to keep people entertained all day. Like, you do that better than anybody. Sometimes I wonder if you have elves tweeting for you.
No, I should tweet less. I'm trying every now and then to be like, dude, stop. Like, just put it down. I don't know. I have something in me where it's just like, I always want to be on. I'm always on. So it's bad.
Segue, you've been to the Masters. How'd you do without a cell phone?
I've not been to the Masters. Way to do your research, dude.
Oh, that's bad. Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, you know, the guys at most major sporting events, I'm not even taking this as an L. That's fine. That's on research. I'm not research. I'm talent.
Hey, Dan, tell us how the Masters would be.
Could you survive the Masters without a cell phone?
Hey, I can get us out of the sand here. Yeah. Like Cam Smith.
Yeah.
All right. So
Rory would have been a better one.
Rory, yeah. And then fucking do like the fucking his celebration.
He forgot how to celebrate.
Yeah, he forgot how to
Nick
celebrate.
Faldo was like, watch this. And then Rory threw his club.
Yeah. And then the best part was Nick Faldo was like, watch this. And then Jim Nance was like, oh, I can spoil too. And Morikawa's, he's like, watch this.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is your guys' problem?
Yeah.
So my question was going to be, if you went to the Masters, how would it be?
I think I would love it. I think I'd be okay. I have been without my cell phone at, I think the U.S. Open lets you use it. You know, actually, Jay Cutler's wedding, they held the cell phones.
That is so lame, Jay Cutler.
And
nobody gives a shit. We're not snapping pictures, bro.
I remember it perfectly because the Blackhawks were in like either the Western Conference Final or the Stanley Cup, and I had to keep going to like the entrance of the wedding reception to go like check my phone. Like they literally were like, you can't leave with your phone. So I would just go stand basically outside, like check the score, put it back in the little cubby, and then go back into the wedding.
Eric Church loves UNC basketball more than you love the Blackhawks because Eric Church canceled a concert. He didn't even go. Either that or Jay Cutler means more to you than the fans mean to Eric Church.
That's right. That you got that at the end. I care more about Jay than Eric Church cares about his fans.
And I stand with Eric Church on that in multiple ways, but I do stand with Eric Church. Okay, so the Masters is going to be sick. One day we're all going to go. Probably not the same year, but I would be glad to park my cell phone. Like, I think this has got to be one of the most bucket listy kind of, I mean, this is obvious, but it's, where would you put it on the bucket listy sporting event? Let's do your Mount Rushmore here in brief. We're not going to pick.
I've been lucky enough to do a lot of sporting events, like, and I've gone to a lot of stuff, but that definitely is up there with one of the like events where it's like, I know I'm going to go eventually and I just can't wait for it. Like, I'm so excited for it. I don't think I'll have a problem with the cell phone. It feels like everyone, you know, we had Scott Van Pelt on our show today, and he said that like everyone who's ever gone that he's talked to, they've said it's exceeded the hype. It's been better than what they expected, and I believe that. So the one thing I do love about the Masters is the menu that everyone just goes crazy over, where it's like a $2 sandwich, and it just forgetting the fact that like it's $10,000 to get a
also
ticket.
everybody's rich. Everybody's rich, right, dude? Like, oh my god. oh, the pimento cheese makes it worth it. It's $2.50. I'm like, dude, you flew here on a private jet.
Yes. Yeah. They're like, this is crazy. They're so nice. They're keeping the prices down. It's like, there's not one person at the Masters who isn't fucking filthy rich.
It's also the classic when you're rich and important, you get free shit. It's like when you got a bunch of big dog stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Which you got some too.
I got some big dog stuff, but I didn't get.
I had a talk with big dogs. I wanted to buy the brand and they like don't want to sell it. And I was like, what are you going to do with it, big dogs? And they're like, we got plans.
We're burying it like a bone, dude.
Yeah. Like, okay. Hey. They're like, yeah, we got this whole like, the one guy told me he's like, we have this anthology, like this entire archives of big dogs. It's like, what? Okay. Like, so you're going to release what? Like a 9/11 big dog shirt? Like what? That's going to sell? I don't know. They did have one. It was like, I'm going to hunt Osama bin Laden. It was awesome. It was sick.
Osama bin Laden's thinking about all the Navy SEALs that can kick down his doors. No, it's a fucking Saint Bernard in the end. Free shit goes to rich people, and that's what it sounds like happens at the Masters.
Well, the rich people didn't get rich by paying $13 for a pimento cheese.
No.
There's some frugal
ass rich people. Yeah. Well, another thing is like I kind of wonder what feels worse, getting canceled for a day on Twitter because you've been canceled before for a day on Twitter, or getting yeah, I guess I have, for being escorted being escorted out of the Masters for not having a cell phone. I feel like it's got to be the Masters because you got to it's the biggest walk of shame in sports. Like it's not like when you fuck up courtside, you just go like right to the tunnel. I feel like you have to walk by all the magnolias. Everybody knows like there's probably a guy with a certain shirt that's like cell phone violator escorter guy, like an RMC shirt, but for the guy that takes the people with cell phones out.
And like, how easy is it to just not like, I know I'm addicted to my cell phone. You guys are probably addicted to your cell phones, but if you're at the Masters, that's the one place I have no problem giving it up and just enjoying the moment. Like I almost want to go to the Masters just so that I can have an excuse to not look at my cell phone for 12 hours. By the way, I just looked it up. It's the big dog, and it says "Hasta la vista, Bin Laden." And it's got a hot dog, and in the hot dog is Osama bin Laden. So
that's so New York.
It's so great.
Oh fuck, dude. So we're talking about the Masters. Like, were you shocked by anything you saw yesterday? Like, I'm not a huge golf fan. You know that, Dan. Like, I'm kind of learning as I go. I didn't know there was a cut until this year's Masters. So like, I know that sometimes in our group chat,
where did everyone
go? Yeah, I'm like, goddamn, dude. Some of the people in the Calcutta have just decided, fuck it. Brooks Koepka, right?
Koepka. Yeah.
Oh, your guy. He didn't make the cut. Anything you were shocked about this weekend?
I wasn't shocked about anything. It was kind of boring overall, just because Scotty Scheffler was
so good.
He was just so good. I had to take, and I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure through your travels have met people from Dallas and like Texas area. It might even just be dudes from the South.
I saw this.
Like Scotty Scheffler is the perfect dude from the South, where something about a dude from Texas, they're 25, but they're really 45, and they got married when they're like 23.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They're already like well progressed in their career. And you're just like, whoa, why do you have your shit together so much?
It makes me feel like childish when I meet somebody like that with the nice collared shirt and the white golf hat, and they're just like talking to me about serious thing like financial literacy, or like their internship in New York at Goldman Sachs, or this course they played. Like, dude, I'm a child, bro. Like, this guy is a grown man. I totally agree with you.
May I add on a theory to this theory? Spieth is also from Texas, and unfortunately for these guys, the like their maturity is advanced, their hairline is also fairly advanced. So I think when you start to see the power alleys, and hey,
dude, you got good
calling
hair.
the kettle black here,
dude.
But when you start to see the power alleys develop, it's like, I gotta get this show on the road, or else I'm gonna be in a bad spot.
I gotta grow up.
Yeah, but he's like, that's a good point making, but it's like Scotty Scheffler, he's 25. I'm 13 years older than him. And like, I would ask him for help on my taxes.
I don't know.
He's like, he seems way more put together than me. And I don't know what it is.
No question. Hey, dude, that slack-jawed motherfucker was just hitting shots. He put backspin like I was playing the Tiger Woods video game. On what hole was that, Cowboy Reed? You know the golf.
Hole 14.
Hole 14. The guy, as soon as he put backspin on that shot, I was like, okay, this is over, right? I was asking the guys, like, there's no way anybody comes back. I was rooting for Cam Smith, probably as was everybody else over at your office. But
yes,
I mean, that guy's good for content.
Yeah, he would have been great. And then the Tiger thing, I don't know. I had Tiger fanboys up my ass all day on Sunday because I was like, Thursday was awesome. It was great to watch, exciting. There were a lot of people who were like, "Ooh, Tiger will be contending for this thing." They can't pretend that conversation didn't happen because I had it. I remember. I was like, "Ooh, this could be interesting." Sunday, he's hurt, limping, shooting like shit, and I was like, "It's kind of depressing watching him right now. He's not Tiger." And like the goalposts move so fast with Tiger fans. They're like, "Dude, it's just awesome that he's out there. It's awesome that he's alive."
Are you saying that you're not happy he's alive?
Yeah, like. Everything that he's gone through, it's crazy that you would say this. I was like, I just was pointing out the fact that he's limping and shooting like shit, and it's kind of sad to watch. I'm sorry.
I kind of think he's got a little, and I mean this respectfully because I respect Tiger way more than the team I'm about to mention, but I think there's a little Dallas Cowboys in there. It's like there was a time when the Cowboys being in the playoffs like really meant something. And I know this isn't a clean analogy, so somebody's going to pick this thing apart. But the Cowboys now, when they get in, everybody's like, it's good for football because it just brings everybody up out of their seats. But they're done the first game, maybe the second game. They're not the Cowboys from the 90s. This isn't Tiger from back in the day. I'm no huge golf fan. Like, the power's not there anymore, and I totally get it. Like, the club used to sound different to me. Am I wrong? Like,
no. Well, you are gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it
fans.
now.
They're gonna be like, bro.
I already took him on Tuanon. I don't give a fuck about Tiger.
Torque's still there. Like, yeah, maybe he missed a few putts. That's the thing is they'll be like, the scores are there. He's just missing some putts. Like, dude, he's 25 shots off the lead.
Now the difference between the Cowboys and Tiger for me is I'm going to root for Tiger.
Right.
Like, I hope he wins.
Tiger too.
In a game that's full of like robots, or at least that's what they marketed the PGA as for a long time. Like, to me, like golfers, like Tiger is a human interest story. Okay, dude. It's crazy.
Here's the flip side of Tiger Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, he wins. You're all happy. You know, he cheated on his wife. And he did drugs.
What do you want me to say?
Exactly. No, I'm saying that's just, you get it from all angles with Tiger. Tiger came up in the age of the internet.
He's an interesting human interest story, dude.
He's a fascinating story, and I would go off that. Maybe I do feel I'm not going to be like the poo-poo and everyone's fun when like I bet on Tiger this weekend to finish top 20. I was rooting for him. The like redemption story arc that everyone's like, he came back from this horrific accident. The accident still feels weird to me because the police didn't say shit.
I think that's fair to say. I think it's fair to say.
Something was up, and I try not to judge a lot in life, but I do think that like people who drive under the influence are true. You should.
I'm not judging, but what I'm not doing, like when I pull for Tiger, it's more just insanity that he's functioning at a high level playing golf and doing it again like he's Buddy Lee. It's not to me that I'm like, look at this redemption arc from the time he crashed his car and it was probably his fault. Right. And he's a human being and people make big mistakes. I think that's what's interesting about Tiger to me is like he is so great. He's infiltrated this sport that's like so buttoned up, and he's kind of at different points been a train wreck and been able to survive his own mistakes and redeem himself.
You're absolutely right. I actually, now that you're saying it, I think you're spot on that like Tiger Woods is probably, he might be the most interesting athlete of all time besides Muhammad Ali.
That's what I'm saying. He deserves a biopic. I don't know which.
Still not sure.
We're not sure yet, but one of those things he deserves, maybe both.
Mount Rushmore redemption along with Juwan Howard.
Okay, yeah, no, I know. I didn't want to draw the straight line to Juwan because I just think that's gotten so touchy too. But yeah, Mark Titus could probably color in the lines on this.
Wait, what's touchy about Juwan Howard? He needs help. He needs anger management. He smushed Joe Krabbenhoff in the face.
Oh,
what's touchy?
There's nothing touchy about it, but it's the same
to kill Mark Turgeon.
When after they lost this year, it was, hey, you know, like after everything that he's been through, and like I usually reserve been through for things that you didn't cause in some form or fashion,
external forces.
But I'm also not judging Juwan either. So like,
the Tennessee kid, when he was trying to squeeze that kid to death, you could see it. He was trying to suck the air out of him.
Yes, dude.
And that just shows how horrible of a person he is. The Juwan Howard thing is so funny. I love that story so much because people took that way too seriously. It's like the man lost his cool and smushed another man in the face.
It's happened a million times in sports, but it also can't be like the redemption story. And by the way, my last thing on the Masters before we get to read around the world here, it's a thrill ride, Dan, and you're about to fucking strap in. But my last take is that Rory should start playing golf earlier. He should start the Masters like 2 days early to warm up so that when the cut, whatever the fuck that is, on Thursday and Friday happens, Rory is in full swing. He's doing all the stuff that he was doing Sunday. He needs to warm up. I don't know why he wouldn't start golfing earlier in the week. This is like a thing he does.
You know, they do practice. There are practice rounds.
Make it more serious.
Okay.
Raise the stakes. It can't be practice.
I'd be going crazy if I was Rory right now. Like that would drive me nuts. If I played that well, I was like, oh, if I just shot a little bit better on Saturday and Friday, like I would have won this thing. That would, I know everyone's like, what a great round. That's incredible. I would, if I were Rory, I'd walk in the clubhouse and be like, what the fuck's your problem, dude? You had that in you. Why not do that 4 days in a row? I know it's easier said than done, but that would actually drive me nuts if I were Rory.
And it's not like garbage time for like accruing quarterbacks in the NFL. Like it's golf. Like the pressure's high. It doesn't matter. There's no context. So it is fucking maddening if you're like Rory or somebody, you wait till the fourth quarter. Cowboy Reed, take it away. We've got Reed around the world with Dan Katz.
Is the Masters the best championship in sports?
Is the Masters the best thing to be a champion in? I think like the rest of your life, because, okay, everybody knows this because they don't know what else to fucking, introduce me as whenever I do anything, but I'm a Super Bowl champion.
Two times. Walter Payton, Man of the Year. That's my answer.
How about that? Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's as cool as winning the Masters. If you're a golf guy,
my answer.
Pothead, you motherfucker. So I don't think it's as cool as winning the Masters. What do you guys say?
This might or might not be a real name, okay?
Yeah.
Do you know who Danny Willett is?
Yeah, he's a golfer.
Okay, all right, okay.
But
you know Charles Schwartzel?
Yes, golfer.
Okay.
Throw in a football player. I'm just gonna say golfer.
You know Mike Weir?
Ooh. I know Bob Weir, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? You fucking
Bob
pothead.
Weir.
You're a pothead.
Mike Weir was Rick Santorum.
That was Megan's point.
Yeah.
Mike Weir. I helped his point there.
Thank you.
Know Rick Santorum?
Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
So my thing is this, and Dan, I don't know where you weigh in on this, but like, if you are a Masters champion, not only is that cooler than being like in the Hall of Fame, even because no offense to my dad, but that jacket, I've never seen it anywhere fun. It's always in the closet. Like people are afraid to get anything on that jacket. I feel like the Masters jacket, they treat it like the Stanley Cup. I think these guys go out and get really shit-faced with their jacket on decades later. Like, and it's fun. And they're also, if you're a Super Bowl champion and I rolled up to like a play 60 shoot at the NFL and was like, hey kids, want to throw the ball around? I look like a tryhard. These guys can big dick people in a socially acceptable way the rest of their life. Like, oh, I'm playing with Masters champion today. And every rich athlete likes golf, so you become like a legend. Like, people don't give a fuck about me.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my take, is the Masters is the best championship in sports. Dan.
Okay. It's up there. It's got to be, it has to be up there because of everything you said. It's the exclusivity. It's that dinner that everyone sits there and like only Masters champions are invited to. I'll throw two others out there, and I do think there's still something with the Heisman. There's just something about the Heisman where it's like, I don't know. It just maybe this is just a bias towards football, but if you're in that club, there's something cool about it. And then in terms of team sports, my answer is always the Stanley Cup, just because you can drink out of it.
Yes.
It's the coolest trophy. It's by far, like, if you watch I don't know how you guys partied in Philly or in Boston after you won the Super Bowl, Chris. I've been lucky enough to hang out with like teams that have won stuff. The Stanley Cup, like, it's by far the closest team, and those guys go fucking crazy, and it's by far the coolest party, and you get to drink out of the cup, and then you get the cup for a day. So that would still be my answer for a team sport.
Yeah, and actually, to prove your point, like when I went to the ESPYs after we won a Super Bowl, like I forget, but it was 2018 maybe. Yeah, it was right before I retired. I opted to party with the St. Louis Blues.
Right.
Like, I was like, I'm going out with Patrick Maroon. Like,
yes.
I know, like, I got some teammates in town, but like, we'll catch up at because those guys had just won the cup. They fucking know how to party.
And your name goes on the cup, right? Everybody's name.
Yes.
How do they do that?
You keep adding. You keep adding
How
to it.
How small is your name?
Pretty
tiny.
small.
Yeah, it's like fucking. It's like No, it's a good point. And the thing with the Heisman to me is though, it's not the penultimate accomplishment.
That'd be second to last.
Oh, well, it's not the ultimate one either.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. It is the penultimate accomplishment is what it is because you could go to the NFL and do anything. Like it could be bad, it could be good. And I think at that point, the Heisman almost like it works for you where you're from, but then it like kind of could work against you. Like the guy was a Heisman winner. Like, that kind of thing where the guy puts his hand out like he was a fucking Heisman winner.
Right. Like the, what's his name?
O.J. Simpson.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, who are you going to say?
No,
O.J.
I mean,
Simpson?
Crouch. Crouch is a perfect example.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example. I don't remember that he won the Heisman other than for that fact.
Right.
So, I don't know. All right. What do you say?
Prisoner of the moment. I like the Masters.
Yeah, there we go.
Be making you people eat
black cod.
Black cod next year.
It'd be good for a pescatarian like me. I hope Matsuyama wins it again.
I would just have hot dogs. It'd be sick. Just be like, everyone's got to. We got to eat our way out of this room.
Yeah. What would your Masters dinner be,
It would
dude?
be that.
It would just be hot dogs.
Would it be if it's like appetizer, pigs in a blanket, menu, hot dogs, like the dessert,
corn dogs,
hot dog cupcake.
Corn
I don't
dogs.
know, like how they make it. Like, is it cake? Just hot dogs.
Yes.
Actually, corn dog cupcake.
Corn dog cupcake sounds
That's perfect.
fire, dude.
Yeah.
That
the
does.
center is a dog.
Somebody invent that.
I think we just did.
Okay.
After March Madness, Coach K is gone. Who do we hate now? Where does the hate shift?
You guys were on the front lines with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were on the front line.
Were you passing out my sheets?
I to be honest, I forwarded the PDF or whatever it was to my wife so that once I started getting, why do you care so much? Why do you hate him so much? I forwarded your hate sheet to her, and she got it. She got it a lot better. So yes, thank you.
It was so thrilling being in New Orleans. I passed out probably 500 of those, but to hand it to a Duke fan and have them be like, "What's this?" and then watch as their reaction, they're like, "Huh, I didn't know
kinda
that."
sucks. I'm
And
pretty
like,
young.
Yeah, dude, this guy sucks. But I don't know. My hate personally is just going to go towards Aaron Rodgers, but Coach K is truly like, he was one of a kind. My point about the whole thing, and people are like, "Oh, you're obsessed with Coach K." If you are a coach and you do a retirement tour, which is a ridiculous thing to begin with, I get to do a hate retirement tour.
Yeah.
Like, you made it about you. I'm going to make it even more about you in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
So lesson to everyone out there, don't do a retirement tour.
You really leave the back door open there.
Right.
I think it's Gonzaga. And the irony is that they haven't even done the thing that makes everybody hate them. Like, they found a way to be hated without doing the thing that makes everybody hate them, dude.
Jay Cuddy, don't care. I just don't care about Gonzaga.
So there's going to be a hate void for you?
Maybe. Well, I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. The Final Four.
I raise you Kim Jong-un.
The Final Four for us.
Yeah.
Personally, Virginia fans could not have gone better with Coach K getting humiliated by Carolina and then Carolina losing.
It was perfect.
Because
we didn't want Carolina to win, obviously because of the ACC, but even if you picked out a Hubert Davis bringing home a title and Coach K's victory tour landing perfectly, like, we didn't want Hubie to have a title in his first year in the ACC. That would have fucked up the power.
And Nolan Smith has a low-key huge anger problem. That would have been better if he had stayed. I could have transferred some of it. Yep. But John Shire, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he's going to be great. The recruiting will be there for a couple years, but did you see when he took over that one game, they were up by about 25 and nearly lost it when Coach K had a boo-boo?
I think you're answering your own question right now. The hate is just going to stay on Duke.
I think it's staying at Duke. Like, he found a way.
I've struggled with this too, making like, I hate Coach K. I'm honest about my hate. Like, I'm not a hateful guy. I like to stay pretty positive. I will continue to hate Duke. I'm not going to hate John Shire right away. I'm sure eventually he'll do something that will make me hate him, but I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep that same energy that I had for Coach K for John Shire. Why would I do that? Like, I didn't really hate him that much. He wasn't like one of the most hateable Duke guys when he was there. So I think the answer for you is Duke, and I'll join you in that. I will still hate the entity, the brotherhood of Duke.
Duke and Carolina, Virginia Tech, of course, number one for us. Who for you in the Big Ten? Who's your Virginia Tech?
So Wisconsin got a weird. It's Minnesota is like the traditional biggest rival.
That's got to be fun to watch that guy row an imaginary boat every time a player gets hurt. Just row out to him.
Yeah, I know there'll be some Minnesota fans that'll be like, dude, we beat you 2 out of the last 3 or 4 or something. But we really do like own them badly. I think they beat us this year. They beat us like 2 or 3 years ago. That was the first time they had beaten us in like 18 years in football.
Right.
And we kicked the shit out of them in basketball. So like it kind of varies. It's like basketball. It was Michigan State for a while just because we were the 2 best teams for a while there. It's not like a Virginia Tech thing. There's no in-state.
Well, nobody's beaten anybody 15 times in a row in football. So no, it's not a Virginia Tech thing.
Yeah.
Dan, you're into F1. We are not into F1 yet. You
We're
need
losers.
to sell us. Tell us about F1.
Okay. Easy. 2 answers that are very, very easy. One is the Drive to Survive Netflix show is awesome.
Okay.
You guys would both like it. And on top of that, I think your wives would like it. Like it's got all the drama. It's just a great show. Really well done. I wasn't a car guy. Watched it, was hooked. 2, it's free sports. Like I like to watch soccer. I'm not like obsessed with soccer. I like to watch the EPL because it's free sports. It's on before the real sports are on in America. So F1 I'm very open about my F1 fandom. Like as soon as football starts, I just kind of erase it from my entire calendar. But in the summer on a Sunday morning, there's a race going on at 9 a.m. It's nice to have on in the background, It's free sports.
Yeah, I like the noise too.
Tangent. Best time zone in the U.S. to watch sports. For sports.
Central.
Correct.
Not even close.
Correct. Right answer. You want to try to rebut that?
You just give me the sports. I'll watch it. I'm committed to my craft.
Even East Coast, when we're having to go to bed at 1 a.m.
I kind of would like West Coast, honestly.
No.
Is that crazy?
That's 9
No.
That's 10 a.m. NFL. That
Bro,
feels
that's
weird.
great. You're up anyways, bro. Like, let's just get this thing started. Nothing I hate more than the Sunday scaries kicking in during the afternoon games, where the hangover's starting to turn into anxiety. And back in the day, we used to talk about this. Phillip Rivers just doing Phillip Rivers things while you're starting to have a panic attack. Like, I like that earlier in the day. I don't know.
The problem with the West Coast is, and every West Coast person would be like, dude, West Coast, best time zone. They don't even watch sports the same way.
They don't. They got too many distractions.
They stroll in for the second half of games. Every time someone says West Coast, I'm like, dude, do you realize that means that on a college football Saturday, kickoff is at 9 a.m., which means I have to basically have all my shit together by 7:30 to get my bets ready. Like
you got to bet like me, drunk at 1 a.m., dude. You got to get your bets in drunk like me at 1 a.m. And I don't know that works, but I mean, it would work on the West Coast. So
no, and so people always are like, Saturday morning and Sunday morning, I want to be able to spend a little time with my family, get my head right for the bets. So that if someone says West Coast, I just assume they don't have kids and they don't gamble.
Well, Jesus Christ, because I mean, it's the opposite here. I just haven't thought it through, I guess. Well, do you ever make a bet Saturday night and forget about it, and then Sunday you're like, oh God, I just realized I have the Cardinals.
I have done that. I have also done back in the day. I've done a couple of times where it's like I bet on something that I thought was going to happen tomorrow, and I didn't read the date right, and it was like a soccer game that was like a month away.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, this fucking sucks.
And that comes back around.
At it. Yeah. Stare at it for a month.
So F1, I'm sold on it. Central Time Zone, I'm sold on those as well.
Easy. Free sports.
Free sports.
Doug Eddert transfers to Bryant University. One of the best spring flings of all time in terms of March Madness. Who else is at the top of your spring flings?
And by spring flings, I just mean, and you can expand this to any sport, Dan, because I know you guys got your flavors of the month, and then you don't call these kids anymore, pardon my take. It's Doug Eddert for 6 weeks, and he could die, and you wouldn't even come to his funeral. You wouldn't send flowers. So who's your favorite young athlete who's not making any money that, pardon my take, just fucking puts in a washing machine for a month and then forgets about?
Damn. I'm trying to think about who in the tournament, like Wally Zerbiak was an all-time one, old school Maction. Remember when he had his tournament run?
Yes.
Ali Farouk Manesh.
Yep, Northern Iowa.
Krutwig recently was a big spring fling for me. And then we had one in baseball. Stephen Schock.
Oh, big donkey, yeah.
Scooch. Yeah, you know, you see, he's like, I don't even know who that is. No, they fucking did a bunch of Stephen Schock content.
No, I know who it is. It's the college baseball player, right?
What's his favorite color?
Fuck, I don't know.
No, I'm just joking. I don't either. But but Steve is a Virginia guy, and he got real famous for like 2 months. He's still kind of famous doing this thing online. We shout out to Stephen Schock. He'd probably be my favorite spring fling.
We had one. Fuck, now I don't even know his name. That's kind of proving the point. He was a runner. It was only 6 months ago. I saw him on a race. Like, I was basically about to go to sleep, and everyone was like, dude, you got to watch this guy run. And he had like a mullet, and he lost. He didn't make it to the Olympics. And I was like, justice for this guy. And I was really into him for like a week.
I see him, dude. He went to Ole Miss.
Yeah, what's his name?
Craig Engels.
Craig Engels.
Jesus Christ, look at this guy, dude.
Great dude. He came on the show.
Look at this guy.
Awesome dude. Like,
wow.
Yeah, great interview, everything. And then like a week after we had him on the show, there was like something where it was like, yeah, he's going to be in New York. We should do like a beer mile with him. And I was like, nah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
I love the dude, though. I'd die for that dude.
Hey, I would die for that dude in that 6 week period.
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
We have two members of Tuanon here today. Is the Tuanon / Dolphins, are those the craziest fans in sports?
Well, like, what are like, if it's not Tuanon, who is crazier than Tuanon? And by the way, welcome to the meeting of the minds here.
Yeah.
Where's my hat?
Yeah, we make teas like this. Yeah.
Do you have the stats to back it up? Because this idiot Chris is like, doesn't know what he's talking about.
Of course. He wants to talk about downfield yardage and shit. You don't, touchdowns can be from a yard out is what he doesn't get.
Deep ball. That's interesting.
Yeah, here we go. That's good.
Tua actually was number one in deep ball completion percentage.
Yeah, 4 of 7. 4 of 7.
Actually, no, that's wrong. On 29 passes of 20 plus yards, he completed 14.
That's a deep ball?
The problem is
That's a deep ball, Dan?
Chris.
That's a deep ball?
That's a deep ball. Chris. The problem is he had the 32nd offensive line. He had no time whatsoever.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Throw it deep.
Yeah.
So when he has to throw it deep, he's fucking money.
Yeah.
On target 69.6% of the time. Both that leads the NFL. By the way, Patrick Mahomes, just so you know, 29.9% of his throws were behind the line of scrimmage. That is good for second highest in the NFL. So this idea that Patrick Mahomes is like throwing deep balls.
Yeah, he's not a deep ball thrower, according to you.
Are you out of your mind? Tyreek Hill is going from the QB that had the 5th shortest average pass distance in the NFL last season, Patrick Mahomes, to the QB with the 4th shortest average pass distance. They're the same guy. Plus.
And are these air yards?
Yeah, 20 plus.
Okay,
bro.
good. Congratulations.
20.
Find me a quarterback who can't throw the ball 20 yards down the field. It's 2022, Dan.
Chad Pennington.
Where would you rank? Where would you rank Tua in the AFC? We did this here. Is he below
Third.
or above? I am talking to a Tuanon.
Tua, by the way, he's clutch. In the fourth quarter, he's the clutchest quarterback ever. He's got better numbers than Justin Herbert in the fourth quarter. He's also got the highest yards per average in the fourth quarter. He's got the second highest completion percentage in the fourth quarter. I want a guy who wins.
Yeah.
Tua's going to win. Here's one, too. I'll just end it with this and make it. I don't know if you have this stat, but last year, the Dolphins won every single game they played against a quarterback with an O in their last name. And they lost every single game they played against a quarterback without an O in their last
What's
name.
that schedule look like this year? I think that's
11-6.
Okay.
11-6. I went through it. 11-6.
So I said, I was on Levitard, and I said if Tua wins the Super Bowl as a Dolphin, not as the guy holding the clipboard in 10 years or something, like if he wins the Super Bowl as a Dolphin, I'm getting a Tua tattoo. And I have never felt less nervous about a tattoo. Like never. And so I just want you to, as members of Tuanon, do you think that Tua wins a Super Bowl, a playoff game? Like what is it this year that the Dolphins are going to do?
Wait, you have like a million tattoos.
I know, you're unlocking this.
You should have to have sex with the dolphin. In the blowhole.
In the blowhole?
You should have to fuck the blowhole.
Oh man, I can't wait to get PETA all over you. Worldwide.
Oh, I've already dealt with them. Are
they toothless?
They're nothing.
I'm not fucking a dolphin.
Big Cat's right. How old is Ken Flagel? 67 years old. You have a 67-year-old goateed bald man.
The linebackers coach.
On your,
for your information.
On your rib cage.
What's Tua? You know, like what's another portrait?
Right.
I'm collecting heads.
I'm with Dan. Dan, what
that would be like me? That'd be like me saying, if Tua wins the Super Bowl, I'm gonna make a bet.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's just not true.
Dan, you and I are
If Tua wins the Super Bowl, I'll give Arch Manning my car.
Perfect.
Okay.
Dan, you'll fuck a dolphin.
Dan, we are 2 of the 10,000 followers of Tuanon on Twitter. You are one of 6 that Tuanon follows in addition to Tua and Tua's family. What say you to the accusations that you are Tuanon?
No comment.
Expect us.
It really did sound like that when you put that on.
So who's crazier? Can we put on our normal hats now? Can we slide out of your dolphin suit? And can you tell me your craziest fan bases?
Craziest fan bases? Whew. It's got to be like an SEC football team.
Like,
right?
I don't mean crazy like, man, they love their sports. Like crazy like restraining order.
I'll kick it off. Bronies. And for those who don't know, a brony is an adult male fan of the Hasbro animated series My Little Pony.
Yes.
Friendship is magic.
Are they just out of control?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, dude. They're bronies.
They fuck like they're furries. They're furries.
Yeah.
Oh, they're furries.
Yeah.
I've heard about this.
You should have to become a brony for a year if Tua wins the Super Bowl.
Furries, they keep their whole mascot outfit on. They just put a hole in it where where the piece comes out.
Yep. I'm gonna say Tiger fanboys are pretty crazy. I consider myself part of this fan base, adjacent because of my Coach Doug's career.
Yeah.
But I have heard, so I've only dealt with the nice side of it, but I have heard Tennessee volunteer Twitter can be a bit much at times.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny. I just did not know there were so many. Again, I'm not trying to poke the dolphin, but I did not know there were so many fucking Dolphins fans. I guess a lot of people's dads like Dan Marino.
And the colors.
They have some fire uniforms.
The old unis.
Okay.
So Frank Vogel was reportedly fired, according to sources. Who is LeBron going to recruit next?
Yeah, this is your wheelhouse here. What's predict LeBron's offseason moves?
He wants Steph. He's probably going to try to get Luka. He's probably going to try to get Giannis. The guy has no end. He's going to do everything he can to get the best players on his team.
And then
when things go wrong, he's going to blame him.
And then like Anderson Varejao.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Dwayne Wade comes back.
Yeah. Larry Hughes.
Yes. Who's his point guard?
Big Z. Just naming guys from the Cleveland team.
Eric Snow.
Eric Snow's back.
Eric Snow. What was Damon? What's his name?
Damon has a child with Tina Thompson.
Really?
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Damon? Damon Jones?
Damon Jones.
Okay, that's good. Those are the moves.
Yeah.
Here's one. Last player coach we ever had was Dave Cowens, 1979. He can coach the Lakers.
Yeah. LeBron's going to coach the Lakers.
He's already the GM, so he can just hire himself.
He's the Tom Brady of this year.
We have some celebrity couple news. J-Lo and Ben Affleck. They're back. Going to be married. Fiancés.
Betrothed.
Who are your other favorite celebrity couples?
Well, that's my least favorite, and you know that. That's fucking. Could you imagine dating another celebrity just so that people will talk about you?
You think that's what's going on here?
100% what's going on. J-Lo was like, I need another celebrity. I don't know, like a guy who's maybe a sports guy, maybe not. and I'm just going to date him and have everyone talk about me, and it's all bullshit. It's disgusting. Oh, there you go. Actually, to tie into the last two questions ago, J-Lo fans are the craziest.
Oh, that's interesting.
I fight with like 15-year-old girls on Twitter constantly.
Bro, I don't know how you do it, honestly.
It's so fun.
Juggling Tiger Woods fans and J-Lo fans. I'll give you one. Harrison Ford and Calissa Flockhart. Did you know that?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I knew that.
You knew that?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Do you know that, Dan?
I can't
He
say I
doesn't
knew
know that. See?
She's from,
She's way different in
Ally
age.
McBeal.
Wait, Calissa explains it all?
Oprah Winfrey and Stedman.
Clarissa explains it all. Yeah, Stedman.
Yeah, Stedman. Yeah. And then I like this one, Enrique Iglesias and Anna Kournikova, because that's like...
They're together?
Whoa.
Yeah, didn't know that, did you? They just took a freeze frame of like 2001. Mm-hmm. They're just living in 2001. I think if you go to their house, like everything's like turn of the century. Like,
love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. You stalked Anna Kournikova once.
Yeah. She was on a redemption. She had been injured. She was on a get back tour. She stopped in Charlottesville, Virginia for some minor tourney, and she lost. And then when you play a tournament at this resort, you're staying at the resort. So kind of sort of followed her back to her room, saw her go into the room, and then waited a little bit so it wasn't as if I had been following her, knocked on her door. She opens the door in a towel. Swear to God. You know, she had just taken a shower in a towel. And she said, and I'll do the accent. What the fuck are you doing? Get out of my fucking room. Which was cool because it wasn't like I'm calling the cops. For people at home,
he was 14.
No. I was 16.
I was trying to give you two very important years.
He's 35.
But then, Dan, I wrote about the experience to the University of Michigan, who then granted me admission. And the school called my college counselor and was like, hey, that essay was kind of weird, but we'll take him.
It's true.
You are supposed to write something like that sets you apart.
Right. And
this guy is a fucking serial killer.
Speaking of the University of Virginia, we had a special visitor on grounds this week. How do we land Arch Manning in 2023?
Arch Manning.
T-shirts.
No, we're going to do an Arch 23 merch thing. So like people at home can buy that. They'll be cool for like 2 weeks.
We should make the Sabres into a big arch.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Until he commits to Ole Miss or Alabama or Texas in the next 2 weeks, like those shirts are going to sell like hotcakes. What would you do if you were us? What would you promise to Arch?
I mean, I was in a similar situation with Caleb Williams. I slid into his DMs and I was like, bro, let's make some T-shirts. Like I'll push some merch. So I think you guys got to do the same. It didn't work.
Did he respond?
No.
That's an ugly feeling. DMing another blue check and not getting nice. a text back. Okay, we got to let him go in a second here, but I wanted to ask about two things. We could ask him about the mountain read and Macon's question about old age.
Dan,
mountain's a no-go.
A no-go.
I don't know about that, Dan. We talked about Kili, and you committed to climbing Kilimanjaro with me.
Are you going to climb again?
I have a friends and family year that I'm holding. I've done it 4 times. So people like Nick Foles, my brother, guys that have like said they want to climb. I'll climb again with my kids for sure.
So then I'll do that.
Okay, that sounds like a verbal commitment to climb Mount Kilimanjaro from Dan Katz.
I forgot the friends and family thing. Yeah, I'll do. If Howie and Kyle and my son is of age as well, I will do it. So that's what it has to be.
Jesus Christ. He knows he's going to be dead by then.
Yeah. No, that was great by me.
What does of age mean when it comes to climbing a mountain?
I think 12.
Oh.
No.
I think yeah.
Kilimanjaro,
I think 9 years
18?
left. It's easy.
Well, actually, he could do it right now on my shoulders.
He could do it right now on his shoulders. That's perfect. Okay, and then lastly, we have Macon's question.
I don't know that this is a fully formulated question. We're old people. For the sake of this conversation, let's call us all 37 years old.
We are.
And we're
37 Club, as he put it.
And we're podcasting. Yep. That's a little weird. And are we
mostly for you? It's weird.
It's weird.
Because you're also a real estate agent.
It was funny.
Like, this is all we kind of
My
do.
in-laws were in town this weekend, like extended in-laws, and they were like, oh, so a podcast. Okay, that's interesting, and tell us about it. And, oh, Sean Payton, we've heard of him. And then it turned into, who do you have next week? And I was like, well, Big Cat. And then at that moment, I realized they have no idea who the arguably most famous person in our industry is, Dan Katz.
Right.
And I tried to sort of start to explain it, and it didn't go anywhere. It's like it's a popular show that they have on. But question being, we're becoming old people.
Do we feel stupid doing this?
Do we just wait until our kids get to be like 13, 15, and then we start to get back into the mix through them?
Yeah, I've struggled with this because there's nothing worse than asking someone like, or having someone be like, hey, what do you do? It's like, I podcast.
It sucks.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
They're just like the disappointment in their face. Like, no, it actually, like, it's a pretty good living. It's pretty successful.
But then
like,
you're bragging. You know what I mean? Like, then you're like, but look, here's my podcast.
Yeah. So I think you nailed it, though. It's going to be these next. So 37 to like 40, I think we're good. We're still on lock. I think 40 to like 48-ish is going to be tough for us. And then we're going to be able to have a swing back when our kids are able to put us on to like popular things.
At what age are you going to stop doing things that are childish? Because I wondered this myself. Like, what age am I going to be like a grown up?
Like Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Never.
Like, when do we turn into Scotty Scheffler? So Big Cat's going to be 60.
Yeah.
In the crowd at Wisconsin.
I'm probably going to be 60 years old with a fucking stack of pieces of paper in my pocket, walking around, the Final Four saying John Shire's the Antichrist. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, do you think it's harder to age as a rapper or a podcaster?
I think podcaster, because we haven't seen it yet. That's the thing. It's like we're uncharted territory.
Yeah.
We're walking into the wilderness. No one's ever been where we've been, trying to podcast into your 40s and 50s.
Brave souls, us.
Yeah.
Vasco da Gama's over here.
Yes.
You can catch Dan on Pardon My Take if you've ever fucking heard of it. Probably not. It's not that important. Thank you for your time, Dan.
I love doing this anytime. I'm going to say this right now. I went from a 4.5 when I started this to I'm now a solid 2 out of 10.
This is great. We just gave him a mood boner. So we're going to leave him with that. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right. See you guys.
See you, dude.